Oh, cool.
Right, it looks like we are live.
All right.
All right, so week 4, the prompt says, discuss with your group situations in which you have employed the various sources of power and influence referenced by Hackman and Johnson. Further work to tie those experiences to role as a leader or as a follower.
Sure.
So, I believe what she's talking about is in chapter 5.
Yeah, the sources of power there.
Yeah, exactly. I know when I first started first time I was a supervisor, I fell into this coercive power.
Yeah.
And I was loud and I was pushy, and it didn't go well.
Sure, it never does.
Yeah, I got results quickly, but I couldn't sustain them because after a while, the people I was managing got tired of hearing that.
Right.
So you get to a point where it's just, all right, that's not working. What else do I have to do?
Mm-hmm.
But I kept on reading. The next thing that I went in there was the reward power.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, it's like that works, but it doesn't work with everybody.
No. So anyway, what I've noticed on here, you're exactly right. Some things work with some people, some of them don't with others. I took a organizational communication class, and the teacher went over these sources of power. We went over it for like a week, and basically that's what we came up with, was that, being a leader, you're going to use all of these powers, but there were a couple of them that you should steer away from, and one was the coercive power.
Yep.
And then the other one was, I believe it is, which one was it? I think that was the only one, actually. And then the rest of them, or referent power was kind of there in the middle, just because it's all about respect, role model, that kind of thing, which is good, but it can be pretty dangerous at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a figure in the book. It's on page 143.
Yeah.
Where it says referred power has a high follower task satisfaction and performance.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's based on the task, not the individual.
Right.
So going back to what you were saying, that if you're focused on the task, you're not going to always get the best performance out of the individual.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I noticed.
Go ahead.
Well, no. Well, I was just going to go back to the coercive power. How our prompt says, as a follower. Currently, my manager, he uses coercive power like crazy, and he just uses it as get this done, and that's it. Or there's consequences. Raises his voice, all that kind of stuff. And as a follower, me and my coworkers were just like, okay, well, do we want to go get new jobs? Yeah, we get the work done because we're scared for what our manager is going to do. But exactly like you said, it doesn't last forever. We're all looking for new jobs because of how he acts. Are his numbers great? Yeah. Or is our branch doing well? Yeah, but there's no relationship there, and there's no, meshing.
Yeah.
So just as a follower, it's just not something I would use. And I mean, I've been in leadership positions where I've used coercive power, and in that specific situation, I think it was needed, because these guys I was over were being, I don't know, hooligans, I guess you could say, doing things they weren't supposed to. And it said in the book that, it's good to use coercive power when that person or group of people know the rules.
Yep.
But yet they are disobeying them. They're doing what they're not supposed to do. So when you bring in coercive power in that situation, it's actually beneficial as a leader.
Yeah, I mean, in very small doses.
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, it depends on the person, though. I mean, if they don't have that thick skin, then they don't care. They're just gonna be like, oh, this guy, he's power hungry. What's he doing? I'm gonna leave, or I'll show him. So,
and all too often they do.
Yeah.
And you're left there holding the bag.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, I mean, I had a manager, and I loved him for the things that he did. He had this meeting, and he called it a non-emotional event.
Mm-hmm.
And all he did was literally state out all the facts that the individual was doing wrong. And he would leave it up to that person to try to figure out how to fix it.
Sure.
And he had one of these events every time this person was at the point of being fired. He tried to get them to get in line without being coercive about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny how effective it was. Because literally it was just, look, here are your stats. This is what you're doing. Here's your attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of those things. It's, you don't straighten out, next week you're gone.
Yeah.
And about 60, 70% of the time, these people will straighten out for a good chunk of time.
Sure.
And it was like, all right. So that means it kind of hits onto that course of power, goes into something else. And I really
Do you think it fits into one of the other powers that we were learning about?
Yeah, I just couldn't figure out which one it was.
Yeah.
Because it kind of touches on like they refer it a little bit on the informational, but it was just obviously he had the power, he was using it, but it kind of touched on a whole bunch of them, but not really one specifically.
Yeah.
But like what my role now is, I fit into what the book consider an expert power.
Yeah.
And I know our computer system very well. I know how our business should run. And anything that comes that is those types of task related, they get referred to me. And basically what I say, it goes. But I mean, could I get the representatives to get in line? Yeah, probably not. I don't have the obedience power over that.
Yeah.
But I tell them how to do something or how to do a certain procedure, they're going to listen.
Yeah. I was just looking at this and the reward power. I think that has to do. I mean, this can be used in a lot of different places in the workplace and whatnot, but when it comes to different types of leaders for reward power, this goes right to parents. How they give reward. They're in a specific. They have that ability and that power, and they use reward power. Hey, clean your room. We'll do this. Hey, I'll give you this for getting good grades. Something like that, and they put themselves in that position of power for reward. So I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, that I've had bosses and places at work do that, but I think that's the most where reward power is the most is between parents and their kids.
Yeah, parents, kids, student, teachers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, when I read that and I tried to put that into a work environment, the only thing I could come up with was training environment.
Yeah.
But you're trying to get new people to learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was silly, but literally getting people a piece of candy,
Yeah.
just for getting something right, and how these people would go out of their way to answer these questions for a piece of candy.
Yeah, it promotes involvement. It promotes people getting to a point where they're excited, and it can work. It can work for certain situations, but not always. I mean, I've read some studies that bonuses are not the best way to promote motivation these days.
No. Like right now, where I work, literally yesterday they fired somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And so my manager has no idea how to kind of corral the morale from tanking.
Yeah.
My supervisor is out of sorts because it was one of her representatives.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting seeing that dynamic because they have power, but they have no idea how to influence the representatives so that they don't feel threatened.
Sure.
It's like it's just a matter of just giving the people just security that what happened was the person's own error versus the company making a decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You know, they've got to do something, whether it's letting them know that they're doing a good job. I think that's what's beneficial most, that they need to use their power in that way, because you tell someone they're doing a good job and build them up that way instead of bonuses. I feel like if the higher up, or if as a follower you're realizing that your leader is showing you that they see what you're doing, and they tell you verbally, you know, face to face, hey, good job, keep on it.
Yep.
Your employees aren't going to be worried about their jobs. Bonuses don't do that. I mean, yeah, you get a bonus here, you get a bonus here for meeting your goals. That doesn't mean that just gives you more money. It doesn't actually give you a peace of mind that you're staying.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, I'm one of those individuals that the good job does nothing for me.
Sure. Yeah.
Because
yeah, and it's different with everyone. It is.
And it's really because I know I do a good job. I don't need to be told.
Sure.
And I'm like, the one thing that I find is more rewarding is give me the autonomy to work the way I work and handle things the way I need to handle them. And basically that separation of, actually it's not even separation, it's that trust. Having the trust that from your manager that you can do your job effectively is,
there you go,
for me, more rewarding than someone saying, hey, good job. Because trust isn't something that you've earned. It's not something they're just going to give away freely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. I think we went over, though.
Yep. Yeah, and she got after it. Getting after everybody for going over. Oh, well.
All right. We'll talk about how we're going to do the assignment.
Yep.
Later.
So if you could turn in the terms, I'll turn in the Hangout, and we should be good.
Yep. I've got the terms here. I will get them in.
All right, and I'll do the Hangout.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thank you. See you next week.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.